oddly enough, 90% of my audience was the elderly. Anyway, here's my review for The Strangers Part 2. What's going on, film heads? We have a new horror film on our hands called You're Next, not The Strangers 2. Just to get it off the bat, they're not ripping it off in any way. I was just saying it's a home invasion movie. We haven't had one for a while. We had The Purge, and I'm going to try and forget about that film because that film was awful. Anyway, Your Next follows a big family, about 8 or 9 people, who go into their big family mansion and have a great dinner. And when all of a sudden one of them is struck by an arrow into the dome, and things start getting real, and they realize someone's after us. Someone's trying to kill us. And then, right from the start, you get questions of, is someone in this house a part of it? What's going on? And while it is pretty cliche and while it's pretty formulaic and cookie cutter, it's a very fun film. The execution especially is great because, you know, we've seen it all before, but the way this movie does it, did it well and knew what it was. The film knows exactly what it is. It is a home invasion movie that we've seen a million times, but they really tried to make things different. They tried to mix it up, especially with a scene that I'll get to later about a camera. That was great. And overall, I had a blast with the film. It's better than The Purge. The Conjuring came out this year and impressed me, but I'm gonna try not to compare them because they're two totally different types of films, even though they are horror. When The Conjuring is sort of a paranormal film, and this is more of a home invasion movie, and they're both different levels of horror. But with this movie, I actually had a lot more fun with it. I had fun with The Conjuring, but it was more of a scary movie. This one doesn't really rely on being scared more than it relies on being fun more than actually being scared, because there were scary moments and moments of being on the edge of your seat type moments, but this one really felt like they just wanted to have a fun home invasion film with some unlikable characters, and there are some unlikable characters in this movie because we get thrown like 10 different people in the movie, and right off the bat you're just like, this one guy, no, I just don't want to see you in this movie anymore. There's people who are like, okay, I want this person to get knocked out first so I don't have to see their impression throughout the whole movie and just go away. And there are characters like that, but there are also characters, especially a woman who we meet in the very beginning, who is actually very likable, and she pretty much carries the movie towards the end. But like I said, it's a very fun movie. I'm gonna get to this scene, which was probably one of my favorite scenes. It's a scene where there's these two characters, they're battling out, but it's in a dark room, but there's a camera. She sets up these traps. There's a camera that keeps flashing on and off, so you get this sort of like flashing effect, and if you're weak with the eyes, I wouldn't keep your head away from that scene, because it's very, very jarring when it comes to visuals. But it's great, you know, because there are jump scares, but there's fake jump scares too. Every horror film really has that. No avoiding it. But this one also had jump scares that were very effective, that were legitimate, and very fun. Like I said, it was a very fun movie. And another thing I would like to talk to you about that was very fun was the score. The score of this movie was really, really great. A movie like The Omen, the old one, not the remake, try and stay away from that one, had a score that added another layer to it. This one had that as well. There's some sound effects that just loop over and over again while a scene is going on. But then there's other sounds and music, not really sounds, but songs that are it's like classic. Especially this one song that they play a lot. Like I was like, I hope they don't keep doing this, because if they keep looping the song, it's going to get really tiring. But they only do it 2 or 3 times, and it worked. And for the most part, this movie did work. Like I said, it was very cliche, but the execution was great, and it feels very Home Alone. You know the movie Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin? You'll understand what I'm talking about when you see the film, and I do recommend it. I recommend bringing some friends too, because you can have a fun time with this movie, but if you really look into it and think about their actions and think about their choices, then the movie may start falling apart for you. But if you just go in there, turn your brain off, watch the movie, you're going to have a blast with Your Next. I sure did, and it's definitely my second favorite horror movie of the year. I'm going to go 4 out of 5 for Your Next. Like I said, it was very fun, it was very entertaining, it was short, it wasn't too long, but there is moments where you're just like, no one would ever make that decision. But you have that in pretty much every horror film, but I still can't forgive it for that. It definitely has its flaws, but overall it was fun. So, are you guys excited for Your Next? Have you seen it? If you have seen it, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know what you think about the horror genre in general down in the comment section. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. And as always, guys, I'm the Modern Film Critic, signing off.